Section 2.1, Example 3 on page 99. We have in problem 2 the number of downloads, which is on the vertical axis of each graph, depends on the day, which is on the horizontal axis. When one quantity depends on another, show the independent quantity on the horizontal axis and the dependent quantity on the vertical axis. So in example 3, it says a model rocket rises quickly and then slows to a stop as its fuel burns out. It begins to fall quickly until the parachute opens, after which it falls slowly back to Earth. What sketch of a graph could represent the height of the rocket during its flight? Label each section. This next slide has a think box, so it says, how can you get started? First thing you should do is identify the two variables that are being related, such as height and time. Then look for keywords that describe the relationship, such as rises quickly and then falls slowly. I'm going to go ahead and just show you the picture from the book and describe how they drew each part. So notice we're looking at time versus height, and time is the independent variable, meaning we get to pick what time we want to look at, and then the height of the rocket depends on what time it is. So our dependent goes on the y-axis and our independent goes on the x-axis. So if we go back up to the explanation, we have the model rocket rises quickly. So rising quickly would be increasing from left to right at a pretty steep rate. And then it says it slows to a stop. So it's going to slow down, less steep, and then it's going to stop up here as the fuel burns out. It begins to fall quickly. So instead of rising, it's going to now start to drop from left to right. And then it says the parachute opens. So when the parachute opens, it kind of stops for a second, and then it starts to slowly fall back to Earth. So notice this fall had a steeper drop, and now we're just kind of floating down until it gets back to Earth, which is where it would hit the x-axis. So number 6 on page 100 says sketch a graph to represent each situation, label each section. So this one says hours of daylight each day over the course of 1 year.